I first put up this video about a year ago when the Backroads Tourist channel had less than 150 subscribers. Well, now 1,600 of you have joined the channel, so according to my math, about 90% of you may have never seen this video. Now, I do have to warn you, this story is heartbreaking, and it's going to make you furious. But it has an uplifting ending, I promise. Thanks for watching. I'm Jeff, and this is Backroads Tourist. There are just some stories that people don't like talking about. This is one of them. One night, dozens of animals were murdered here at Omaha's Henry Doorly Zoo. The details of this story are kind of hard to come by. In fact, many Omaha residents don't even know that this happened. A lot of the older residents of Omaha, well, to them it's more of a distant memory. Welcome to Backroads Tourist. I'm Jeff, and this is where it all happened. I'm standing in a part of the zoo called Glacier Bay Landing. It's designed to look like an Alaskan coastal town, but this is one of the newer additions to the zoo, built in 2019. Before that, this area looked like this. Red Barn Park opened as a petting zoo in 1966. Children and adults could go in and interact with goats, sheep, chickens, donkey, ducks, and several other assorted domestic animals. On Friday, November 21st, 1969, the zoo's night watchman walked into the barn at about 7:15. What he saw next shocked him. Two boys were in the barn. The initial report says that one was age 10 and the other was 11. Later reports list both of their ages as 10 years old. One boy was standing next to several dead animals. The other boy was holding a rope which was looped over a guardrail. At the other end of the rope was a dead rabbit. The boys told the guard that two other boys had done this, but they'd run off. One boy said that his name was Joe Brown and that his father worked at the zoo. None of these statements proved to be true. Then the two boys made a run for it. They pushed past the night watchman and ran up the hill and jumped over the gate. The night watchman couldn't catch them. 26 guinea pigs, a pigeon, a rooster, a duck, and a goose had been beaten or clubbed to death. 2 rabbits had been hung. A few other animals had to be put down due to their injuries. Zoo officials at the time estimated that the dollar value of the animals lost was $500. In 2022, that would equal nearly $4,000. The boys were located and arrested by Omaha police about 3 hours later. When asked why they did it, they said, just for the fun of it. But I don't want to end this story on this dark, twisted note. There is a silver lining. When the people of Omaha found out what happened, they were shocked. Then they were outraged, and then they wanted to help the zoo. Children donated their allowances and went door to door asking for donations. People gave rabbits and guinea pigs to the zoo. It was reported that at one point the zoo was getting 2 calls per minute from people who wanted to donate. Checks from families and businesses started arriving in the mail. This horrible tragedy united the city. For the people of Omaha, what used to be the zoo turned into their zoo. And now over half a century later, that attitude still lives on. Omaha has seen the zoo grow from a few cages and buildings to one of the top zoos in the world. I'd like to close this story with a request. Back in 1969, the names of these boys were never published because of their ages. I'm sure that some people know who they are, family members, friends, fellow students. If you know who they are and you're watching this, I would like to ask you to please keep their names private. At the time I put this story together, the boys would now be well into their 60s. I'm sure they faced consequences for their actions, and although it was a horrible act, I don't think that a grown person today should be punished for something they did when they were 10 years old. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please prove it by hitting that like button. And if you're interested in hearing more little-known but fascinating stories like this and maybe visiting some unusual, quirky places, please subscribe and hit that bell so that you can be notified when I put up new videos. I usually do that every Friday. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jeff, and I'll see you on the Backroads.